told you, we should have hired a thief.
We are thieves, you fool. We're stealing the cube.
And yet none of us can pick a damned lock.
This place is huge.
It is large indeed. I did not anticipate a dungeon cell's size or the time needed to uncover the entrance. A few hours sleep and we should be ready to continue through.
Maybe we should turn back. I don't want to sleep here.
Drennan, you do understand that the lexicon at the bottom of this place holds the accumulated memories of centuries of Dwemer.
Not to mention our pay.
So we're not turning back, you fool.
Besides, you're not scared of a few sleeping metal men, are you, Drennan?
Yes? Where'd you come from? Done and done. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
I thought you said these things were sleeping.
You said they were sleeping. I said they were waiting. It seems a few of them were waiting for someone to try and take the lexicon.
Great.
shouldn't be here. I'm sorry.
My pay will be nothing if we die in here.
Calm yourself, Freya. We are closing in on the Lexicon. I can feel it calling. We'll continue without Drennan. We are close now. Can you hear the Lexicon calling out?
Sure.
So we grab it and we get out, right?
Once we have the Lexicon, we'll need to take it to its podium. I know what to do from there. Soon the Lexicon's knowledge will be mine.
Ours. Soon the Lexicon's knowledge will be ours.
Of course. There. I can hear the Lexicon. Come on, quickly.
Something doesn't feel right. Wait!
Something's not right. Be careful.
We are close now. Can you hear the Lexicon calling out?
Sure.
So we grab it and we get out, right?
Something's not right. Be careful. I think we may be in for some trouble.
Greetings, sister. You look weary. I have something. The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar, at a fair price, of course. Ah, a snitch, huh? Can't have you running to any guards now, can I? Oh, you're mine!
Where'd you come from? Do you need something? This better not be all the things you just can't be bothered with.
We only trade during the day, Outlander. At night, most rest in the Longhouse.
Let's move faster. The sun is... That's not great for my skin.
Orc poisons are to be feared. if you wish to trade. We have lived in Skyrim since before the Nords came. Our way is simple. All work to make the tribe strong. Only the bravest are allowed to lead, and to marry. A great chief is able to attract many wives and raise bold children. Wise women like myself are mothers of chieftains. We guide the tribe and advise our kin on what is most pleasing to Malakath. He is our creator and master, the Daedric Lord of the Sworn Oath and the Bloody Curse. Malakath teaches us to honor all words with action, to demand blood from your enemies and strength from your allies. He watches over all orcs as his children, a truth those who leave the stronghold are quick to forget. Take a look.
I used to wander the corners of Skyrim. I do. There's a freedom the roads give you that the Stronghold does not. But I have a place here, and I wouldn't want to dishonor my clan by leaving again like some young pup. I couldn't. It would dishonor the place the chief has made for me. You're right, look at me. Talking in circles like some old wise woman. Very well, Outlander. You have my axe when you need it. You already have someone to do your fighting for you. Don't need me. May your next Me? I'm Borguk's brother. I came back after serving many years in the Legion. By then, Borguk had already become chief, and he welcomed me home as family, not as rival, as is tradition. I did. I was known as Gorbish Gordushnik in those days, in honor of my homeland. Many orcs leave the Stronghold to join the Legion. They welcome our skill in battle and smithing, and we welcome a chance to see the world. Until next time. I help my mother Arab with the hunt. We bring much meat and skins to the Stronghold.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
Merble knows many poisons and cures if you need them.
One day I will shape a weapon fit
Are you
for
looking to
chief.
work?
Maybe
The mines
that
are
chief
near...
will be me.
Occasionally. But an orc blade is a very personal thing. Anger, regret, pride. All these things are put into our steel. When my daughter Lash chose to leave the Stronghold, I forged a sword to channel all my shame and grief. Honor me with a task, Outlander. Bring the sword to my daughter if you see her. It'll be all she needs to know. Thank you. It is said that an orc first learns to wield a hammer in her mother's womb. By tradition, a mother always teaches her children how to smith. If a chief has a second wife, she is called the Forge Wife in honor of this. I'll buy everything you've dug up. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Imagine the heads of your enemies as you forge. Let your hatred blast.
Yes. We honor the bravest fighters, but I have seen many types of bravery in my travels.
I'm here to mine, Outlander. Malakath has given me the task to mine. Good ore brings...
The mines are hard, but Malakath served my chief and my brothers by working in the mines. It's the only place fit for an aged work. Every orc learns the heavy labor of mining. All spend years in the caves. I have metal to dig. I'm here to mine, Outlander. So unless you want to dig, get out. Malakath has given me the task to mine. Good ore brings strength to our people.
No. Whenever the Silverblood men decide to leave. I'm Ina Thatcher's right-hand man. I help supervise the mines.
I work in the mine. So that's it then. Don't come back. Thank you. Here. You honored my mother's task and should be rewarded. Now, I need to be alone. For your crimes, may Malakath boil your blood and grind your bones.
Right. Hail, companion. Lightly armored means light on your feet. Smart. The gods gave you two hands, and you use them both for your weapon. I can respect that.
good mine is closed and the other mine has no ore. Gods have cursed me.
Thank you for getting her back from the Force War. Developed is smart to have sent you.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
I've been thinking. Would you like to join me in hunting?
You want me to hunt with you? I thought you preferred being alone.
Your arms and legs are fit for catching strong, agile prey. I could use your help.
I'd be honored. But I have work to do in the mines. What do you want? You've caused enough trouble.
no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this. Where'd you come from?
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices. So many refused. Not long, in truth. I came to Skyrim after I found myself unwelcome in both Elsewhere and Cyrodiil. I seem to have an unfortunate talent for getting myself involved in misunderstandings with the law. Rasad was able to look past that, and it was he who helped to set me up with a trade caravan. Now I work for him. Mostly, it is the Nords. They do not like outsiders in their land, and so we are forbidden to enter their cities. When they look upon us, they see only pickpockets and skooma dealers. It is most unfair, but we do our best to ignore them. Take a look. May your road lead you towards...
Bandits harassed the caravans. A few days ago we were ambushed. A nuisance, really. But many of the marauders had quick fingers. One of them stole my moon amulet, given to me by my mother when I was just a cub. It is my only memory of home in this cold land. You are kind to offer. We believe the bandits are part of a group headquartered here. Be careful. I missed my amulet. But a life cannot be replaced as easily. Yes, I was hired to protect the others as we walk the roads of Skyrim. It is a thankless task, and I would rather be back home in elsewhere, but I have little choice. Akari freed me from a prison in Cyrodiil, and now I must repay my debt to him. A word of advice, my friend. Do not mix gambling and drink. Taken together, they will empty your pockets of every septim. Skyrim is filled with all manner of dangerous beasts. Wolves, trolls, mammoths, and giants would all like to make a meal of us. But the dragons are the most fearsome. Lucky for us, they don't seem to hunt along the roads. I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Of course, you are right. Still, I would give much for even a few grains of moon sugar.
Put the thought out of your mind, and do not speak of it again.
The road makes this one weary.
Khajiit is ready for any troublemakers. May your road lead you to warm sands.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
I don't like taking orders from a boy, but I need to go.
I plan to spend all the days I got left on the
Everyone
water
thinks I'm too
where
young
I
to be a
belong.
ship's captain. By inheritance, as my men are fond of saying. Can't blame them. My mother ran the Sea Squall as strictly as she ran the house. I've been trying to find new areas of business, trying to win the sailors' respect, but I keep having problems. Take the last trade we did. Some fine-cut void salts from the College of Winterhold. Plenty of coin if you know who to sell it to. Sailors are what happened to them. They got drunk and ended up losing the merchandise in some cave. If you're not afraid of a little exploring, I'll pay good gold to get those salts. All right, then.
You've come to Dawnstar at a strange time, friend. Seems everyone in the town is having nightmares. Lightly armored means light on your feet. The people here are still plagued with nightmares. It's unnatural.
What is it? I haven't had... It's these nightmares. Me and every one of my workers can't catch a nod without having one. They're almost... real. They say a priest of Mara has arrived in town. We'll see if faith can cure this curse. That would be Skald the Elder. He's been running Dawnstar ever since he was a boy. And he never lost that brat's attitude. Turned on the Empire first chance he got. Now we're all part of this rebellion. I'll buy everything you've dug up. If you don't mind digging, I own the Quicksilver mine. It's a better life than working in that damned Ironbreaker mine with all those milk drinkers. Until next time.
Ironbreaker mine is 3 times the worth of that quicksilver.
You're wrong to come here, stranger. No rest.
I'll buy everything you've dug up. I own Ironbreaker mine. We make twice as much coin as those horkers over in Quicksilver mine. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I pay a good wage for any iron ore you dig up, if you're looking for work. Mm-hmm. Your ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
I beg you, don't go into Silas's museum. Silas comes from one of the oldest families in Dawnstar. They have a complicated history. Several of his ancestors belonged to the Mythic Dawn, the cult that almost destroyed Tamriel. His family's involvement was only found out well after the crisis had died down, but it still ruined their reputation. They were outcasts. And now Silas is back, and this museum to the Mythic Dawn is his way of trying to rebuild his family's pride. It's misguided. Not a student of history, I see. It's for the best. They're a group that should be forgotten. The only thing you need to know is that they almost destroyed the world, and they were stopped a long time ago. That museum is a mistake.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend. Never mind that. Medina is a good woman. But I have my own reasons for opening this museum, and I'm not changing my mind. I have a collection of artifacts from the group that toppled an empire. Their importance to history cannot be forgotten. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for. Let's talk inside. Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss. The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassin. That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever. Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side. Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk? It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realize that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill. A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim. At least two of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders, and the third owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. The Razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worship Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. Good luck finding the fragments.
The Mortar and Pestle makes potions, if you can't tell from the name. No, I don't have anything for bad. Take a look. Let me know if you come down with the rattles.
Oh, what is it?
Need something?
I helped my husband Rustleaf run the forge. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. We forge every day if you need anything.
Seems like no one... My wife Sarah and I run it together. She's still Smith's even though we found out she is with child. Our son or daughter isn't going to get much Redguard culture here in Skyrim. I know my wife worries how she will pass along her tradition. Hey, if you find a book called Night Falls on Sentinel, could you bring it to them? It's a story from my wife's people. Be good to have. Good on you. I've worked on a few moorings here and there for it. Most of the ship captains are superstitious about who works on their vessels, though. And Dawnstar is known for its bad luck. We're the last port of call before Windhelm, and the ore we trade makes rich targets for pirates. Come back if you need steel. I work steel.
I married Rustley when he was in Hammerfell, apprenticing with my father.
Sorry, gotta run! I'm running food and supplies to the miners. Don't pay much, but they let me sleep by the fire in the inn most nights. They're dead. My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After he got sick, they put us off here and left without us. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been hard. Real hard. I'm late. Gotta run!